What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nick. That's Jeremy. We are the men of Main Street. Tonight, we're talking movie reviews, Lego reviews, a whole bunch of new park changes, and it wouldn't all be complete without a new popcorn bucket to top it all off. Let's get into it. All right, Jer, how was your week, man?
It was a good week. Not too crazy. Nick, I'm loving that shirt on you. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. It's I feel like I'm ready to go barbecue.
We said it last episode. It's a perfect cookout shirt.
It really is. This one, and I was wearing the other one yesterday for the Guy Fieri collection. We talked about this one last week, guys. This is the Guy Fieri collection. So, he's got his own restaurants there at Disney, so we had to bring him up. He's definitely a part of Disney culture. At least I feel that way. We got Chicken Guy there and all that good stuff. So, yeah, definitely, man. But I like your shirt too. It looks like you're ready to go on an adventure right there.
That's true. This is one of my favorite Indiana Jones shirts I have. I'm wearing it in honor of this weekend's Father's Day because I know Indiana Jones is a favorite to many fathers out there.
Darn right, man. Darn right. We were, I'm actually was getting ready to go watch the third one the other night, and I got about as far as pulling up in Disney Plus, and then my daughter said, "Hey, it's time to go watch Bluey or something like that." I said, oh, here we go. Anyways, though, but yeah, man, we get a lot of news about Roosevelt's though.
That's
true. A whole bunch of stuff just dropped.
Absolutely,
man. Yeah. So this week, well, actually last week, because last week, guys, if you haven't watched last week's episode, please do. Spoiler alert, it's all about the Muppets. And we talked all about the Muppet Vision 3D closing and all that, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. Last week they dropped the Hercules collection. Was the new one there? So was not one I've been able to snag quite yet. I'm trying to financially recover a little bit before I go ahead and get my next set. I'm still probably gonna end up getting one of these, but they had a couple new ones there. We get some of the Clash of the Titans going on, just some clouds going on, a whole bunch of stuff. So I think my favorite has to be the one there on the left. Guys, you'll have to forgive me. I don't have that one pulled up right now to tell you the exact name of it, but I promise we will be dropping a link to the collection in the description below later on here. But moving on to this week, we have the new Tahitian Tiki collection. So this one, Jared, gave me some serious Tiki Room vibes.
Yeah, that does give you a lot of pretty good Tiki Room vibes. I like them though. I like the green one on the far right there, and the blue one's really nice in the middle.
Funny enough, I was given permission. Well, at least I thought I was to go buy the blue one.
Oh,
do you want to know why?
Why?
There is a sea turtle on it, and my wife saw it and said. She says, "Oh, that one's got a turtle on it." I said, "Oh, yeah." So by noticing it, I'm pretty sure that was a red flag or a green flag to go ahead and just, purchase. So we did.
I need to show my wife some of the drops. Maybe I'll get away with that as well.
Dude, you need to try, man. And on top of that, if you guys can't tell in the picture there's actually the Roosevelt's logo hidden in there quite a bit, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I like that.
I also even picked up the T-shirt as well. I have actually gotten some questions in the past, guys, about the best way to wear a Roosevelt to the parks. The best way I can always recommend for you is always wear a T-shirt under one of these. If you're looking for more comfort, that's what I would recommend, only because it helps absorb a lot of that sweat and all that. It doesn't make the shirt as gross. Worst case, you can always take the shirt off. I don't know whoever want to, but you can do that. That's typically what I do. But I know on some of the insider groups, I've actually given that response a few times. So, but yeah, man, enough about Roosevelt's though, man. I mean, we love them and all, but we got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, we have a ton to talk about.
Oh, we get some cool stuff to bring up too.
We do. So I'll kick it off.
Right on. Let's go.
So if you've watched last week's episode, it was our salute to all rides, but mostly Muppet Vision 3D, which closed, unfortunately, on June 7th, this past Saturday. So, I mean, We weren't able to be there, but we did follow it on the socials. And what we could see, there were tons of people that showed up, and the crowds were electric. It was like going to almost like a live concert. People were quoting everything in the theater. It was a cool time.
Jared, I have never seen so. Um, just to touch on this, I've never seen a line that long. I mean, dude, that went. I didn't even know there was an extended queue, let alone the fact that it goes all the way into Galaxy's Edge.
I know. You're going to a different galaxy just to watch Muppet Vision 3D.
I mean, that's some devotion right there, man.
Yeah, you could tell. I mean, people were going crazy for it, but we all
Yeah.
expected that on this last day. And same thing for Pizza Rizzo. The line for that was crazy in there. It was all throughout the entire Muppets courtyard. So
Yeah, no, they did an awesome job, and I'm pretty sure there's some celebrities and all out there too, right?
yeah, I mean, the most notable is Jim Henson's daughter was there for the day, and she was the last person in for the last showing, which was, I think, really special. Just some things to note. So for the last showing, they did give out wristbands for the final show. They gave them out right in the beginning of the day. So if you rushed in, you were able to get one. They didn't really advertise that well. So it was kind of
No.
just like if you got lucky, you got in kind of situation. Granted, I mean, the hype that came with the final showing was the same exact ones of like the 7 prior to that. Like every
Yeah.
crowd, probably like 6 o'clock onwards, were just going nuts in every showing. So I don't think you missed out on much if you didn't get the very last showing. But I think they showed the pre-show 2 times in that last showing, which is pretty nice. And yeah,
I
the only
think
go
I
ahead.
think they had to at the pre-show because what happened with that one was it was so crowded getting in there.
Oh, that's true. I did
That
know that.
last
Yeah.
show because so I was watching another live streamer at the time, and they entered the final show. They were towards the end. They were actually really close to Jim Henson's daughter. She was the final one to enter, but by the time they got in there, I mean, the pre-show was just about done. I mean, you were to the point where you already walk in. So I think in order to kind of be Jim Henson's daughter to see the very last show, they wanted to have her be able to see it again, which I agree with. It was very it's a very emotional last show.
Yeah, for sure. I will note there was no specialty merchandise. Thank goodness we did our own merchandise you can print at home.
Absolutely.
But yeah, with that, I mean, on to the next thing over there. Uh, they did announce on the day, Kermit the Frog appeared in a special message on the Disney Parks Facebook page or
I was
Instagram.
gonna say you can see it on the Men on Main Street page too. We put it up
That's
on there
true.
too.
We did share it. We also shared other tributes on our page that day. Nice photos from Nick with Zoe that I loved. But they did announce that the Rock and Roller Coaster overlay of the Muppets is slated for 2026. So it'll be
Rock
coming
on.
sooner than we expected.
Absolutely. No, and I'm definitely I'm pumped for that, and um, I'm hoping that they bring something into the pre-show for the for the new Muppet overlay that's gonna kind of reference this. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I
That,
feel like
that
they got it. I mean, there's so many good props and stuff in there. They got to move that over to the new attraction.
Absolutely. I mean, it goes to show just how much love that this ride had, man. Because we'll throw a link here in the description after too, guys. But towards or right before the last show went in, they had a lot of people in tears. They had everyone outside. It was not set up. No one was there queuing anyone. Everyone outside in the courtyard started singing the Rainbow Connection out inside of the ride. It had to be one of the most magical things that I've ever witnessed, in a park. Just no one directing it, no cast member there. It was just everyone just unanimously just started singing this. Just awesome, man. And that legacy is going to live on. Man. It's going to live on through Rock and Roller Coaster. At least that's what I'm going to hope.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will, and it should. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I'm excited for the future. And with the future coming up, they quickly put up the construction walls to get started on the Monsters Inc. world or land
Yeah, that
in
didn't
that
take any
area.
time at all.
And the one thing everyone noticed is they put some concept up on the wall, and it was different than last time, believe it or not. Not crazy different, but just a little different. And I'm going to show you some of the. So what I'm putting up now, this is the old concept art, and now I'm going to flip forward to the new concept art. So Nick's probably like, "What's the difference here?" Well, I'll tell you.
Nighttime, daytime.
Yeah, essentially. But the things to note here is there's a couple things. So let's start up top. Before this was kind of just a wooded area. Now
Yeah.
there's some place looks like a seating area, a covered seating area, which is nice. Also, there wasn't really an attraction sign for the Doors roller coaster here. Now there is an attraction sign, but probably the one everyone noticed was the eye fountain, like the Monsters Inc. fountain, is more reminiscent of what the Miss Piggy fountain used to be.
Yeah.
And the other thing was this changed a little bit. The entryway, this Monsters entryway, this whole clock tower got a little facelift.
Jared, not to go off topic a little bit, what is that building all the way to the left there in the old concept art? Is that
this
Star
Tours?
Tours?
Yeah, this part of Star Tours.
I
No,
was
it's
just
gone.
curious.
Oh no, it's still there. Oh, whoops. Oh no, it is still there. Whew.
I was just curious because I'm like, I've never seen it in that that context right there. So that's cool to see. It goes to show that they do such a good job at hiding a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So it'll
awesome.
be cool. I also did notice that in the old concept art they had an arc over the entryway, and now there isn't one. I don't know.
Now it looks more like Monsters University as opposed to Monsters Inc.
a little bit. You're not wrong. Some of the architecture reminds me of the university at Monsters University.
I can see that.
Anyway, so yeah, that's all the exciting things going on in Monsters World. Nick, I did hear we had some updates from Test Track.
We do, man. Well, for starters, construction walls are down. And we have a new logo, man. Let's pop that up there.
I know. I just don't even know why
we
I put
just
the screen
had
down.
it. Almost had it. Look at that logo. Jeez.
I'm excited. I think it's awesome. I'm definitely going to make a print for that when this ride actually opens.
I'm looking forward to that one.
So
I'm going to buy a special color blue filament for that. I think I'm going to buy like some kind of transparent.
Oh, that's true. I'm
going
to need. Oh yeah, I'm going to need multiple colors of blue for that, huh?
2 colors, man. 2 colors. Remember, say it with me. 2 colors.
No, that's at least 5 right there.
See, hun, he's the reason why I need to order another printer here.
Whatever.
Oh, geez. Yeah, no, they've we got a new logo, man. And a little bit of a new facelift to the attraction there. Cars have been testing and they've been heard around the park. So that familiar whizzing sound of the cars flying by just kind of reminds us that this is still a roller coaster kind of type ride. It's still a fast ride, not necessarily a roller coaster, but still a fast ride.
It's still currently the fastest ride in all of Walt Disney World.
Yes. And that being said, it's not entirely going to be that washout of just kind of like a dark ride like we kind of were fearing may happen to this because it's with some of the artwork they had shown before, it kind of looked like it was going to be a very drastic change. So I'm very curious to see what we're going to be walking into here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm really interested to see what the storyline is going to end up being because that's kind of like what 2.0 lacked. Test Track 1.0 was very driven of we're testing a car like the old-fashioned way, crash testing, safety testing. 2.0 was more like you design a car and let's see how it performs.
2.0 was we have OnStar. We want to go ahead and get the word out as much as humanly possible. Presented by GM.
Yeah.
Did I mention it's presented by GM? Presented by GM.
I think it's actually one of the longest partnerships they have.
Yes.
Or sponsors. So for an attraction,
I'm curious too. Last I knew, there was a lounge, I guess, for GM.
There was a long time ago.
Yep. I don't know if it's. I heard last time it was still there. It just wasn't being used for anything.
Yeah, it was not being used. I'm pretty sure my grandfather went in it because he works for GM and he's been in there.
Yeah, I've looked up a couple pictures. Maybe we could throw one up over here a little bit later on. There was another streamer at one point that went in and saw it. The view is really cool. It's a really cool view to be able to see out. I'm not used to seeing Spaceship Earth from that angle, so it was kind of wild to me. I'm like, huh, I could get used to that in my living room. Just seeing Spaceship Earth literally straight across. But whatever. But guys, it's supposed to open later this summer. I'm really excited for. I'm planning on going to Food and Wine, so I am hoping that this will be open by then.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be awesome. And go ahead and give you guys the full rundown of what Test Track has to offer. Jeez.
Cool.
Well, on to the next thing, man. So
yeah, Nick. So I heard you saw Lilo and Stitch recently,
I did.
and what did you think?
All right, guys. So before we get into this, spoiler alert: if you haven't seen it, go see it.
Granted,
If
it
you-
is relatively the same story that it was in the old movie, so not too many spoilers. Well, maybe not. Maybe
no,
not.
we get some stuff to talk about.
But it's still, I'm sure it still follows the same general storyline, right? No?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right.
it's pretty rough, man.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, fast forward, please, if you would care to, if you don't want to see this part. Anyways, we're so the movie's been out for about 3 weeks. It's done really, really well in theaters. And it was a great movie, to say the least. If you're comparing it to the old one, I don't know. Because, for one, right off the bat, Jared, do you know what type of sandwich that Pudge the fish is supposed to have?
I think it was peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, because it can't be tuna, because tuna is fish.
Fish.
You
Yeah,
can't
okay.
have a fish.
That's
Just
what
doesn't
we're
work,
going
man.
with.
Yeah. Come on. Lilo says it, man. Come on. No, but with that, in the movie, they decided to give him like a ham sandwich with lettuce and tomato because it was more aesthetically pleasing. And I guess peanut butter under salt water would have looked a little gross. I don't know. There's also no Mrs. Asagawa because no one's there to answer her want ad. And it made me really sad because I was looking forward to seeing that part. Also, there is a big change in the storyline for the fact that Cobra Bubbles is straight CIA. There is no like I'm here as like a custodial agent or whatever or anything like that. No, it's he works for the CIA. His cover to go and oversee Lilo and all that. That was like a cover story he had. So there was no that was his actual job. His actual job was to actually go track down the aliens and all. That was his whole job, which is really weird. Seeing him in a t-shirt and all that kind of walking around, very odd. The neighbor had a huge part in the storyline. I think that was the boyfriend's, I can't remember his name. David. I think it was his mother was what it was. It was very strange how it all worked because they were like always like hanging out together. Very odd. Then Jumba does not stay on Earth at the end. He leaves. He is the bad guy throughout the entire movie. He does not at all. It does not switch over to Gantu or anything like that. Gantu is not even in this. It's just Jumba that gets kicked off. Quigley stays on Earth. And the whole time for disguises, there's no like funny kind of outfits like they're used to wearing. And you're seeing, that those iconic, wearing it like 6 eyes and like one pair of glasses so the other eyes are there kind of deal. We're wearing like these like synthesizers that make you look perfectly human. And it was
a little disappointing.
It was a little disappointing. Mrs. Asagawa just got me, man. I mean, I was looking forward to that. That old lady saying, waiting for someone to answer my want ad. I was looking forward to that. And it was good. Otherwise, they did some great work with Stitch. It was really cool to see him like that. And it didn't differ from the storyline too much, but I think that whole thing of not including Gantu kind of really threw me for a loop. Especially the fact that Jumba's the bad guy the entire time. Like he's trying to, at all costs, he doesn't care if he hurts the girl. He doesn't care what happens. He's actually the one chasing her through the house, trying to go ahead and capture him. And he takes off in his ship with Lilo and all that. Like he doesn't care. Like he's full blown bad guy. So it was definitely a weird twist, to say the least.
Now, would you say that there were more added, like, scenes of Stitch doing funny things that weren't in the original?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like they talk about special talents. And the joke is, apparently in my house I have a new special talent because Lilo's is as she runs, she farts. So
Oh,
yeah, apparently I have a
all
special
right.
talent too. Apparently, at least my daughter says that. I don't know. No, it was an interesting movie. Really cool to be able to go ahead and see it, so many years later and still see everyone that has such a love for it. Like I said, it did great. It did wonderful in the theaters. I think I said it was one of the highest grossing movies of the year, even.
That's
Um,
great.
so I mean, it's doing good, and I mean, hopefully we'll see more going on with it as we go. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So enough about movies. Let's get on to our next topic, man. So we got some more news happening on at EPCOT.
Yeah, so we talked about it on some other on another episode, but we also knew Geo 82 was opening on June 4th. It did open, and with
It
that,
looks awesome.
I mean, let's take a good look at this. I think it looks phenomenal. The inside of it is really nice. Couple thoughts about it. The seating area was smaller than I expected. I mean, it could probably hold about 50 people max, which makes it seem like it's going to be extremely difficult to get a reservation, especially if you're trying to secure that firework viewing.
Absolutely.
In addition to that, some have complained that the glare off the windows makes it very difficult to view the fireworks, unfortunately. But
I can attest to that one. I've seen a couple live streams, and it's very difficult. Like you just see the reflection of the lights above you, like constantly.
Above you and the bar behind you, like this bar you're seeing on the screen now is a lot of light up. It's lit up pretty well. I do think they dim the lights, but I don't think you would actually be able to see it that well unless they totally turn them off, which they're not going to do that. It's a safety hazard at that point.
It was almost weird. I felt like it was almost like I was sitting like a mirrored image when I was watching it, like fireworks from I think I was watching through Tanya actually, that crazy Disney lady Tanya. I've been watching her pretty much all day now that Ron's not been here. It's pretty sad. Ron, come back, we miss you. But Tanya's great too. We love them all, and she was in there, and I was trying to watch, and yeah, I was like, wow, am I sitting in the seat right now? Like what's happening? And sure enough, after she flipped it around, I'm like, oh no, that's that reflection hitting that like that. Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. And the other thing I will note is, just to manage expectations, that drinks are relatively expensive here. You're talking about $25 a drink. The reason for that is because the liquor being used is a higher quality. Some of the bourbons are actually specially distilled for Disney parks, and on the labels they'll actually say for Disney parks. There was actually a time where they were selling off some of those at one point. I heard on a different podcast a long time ago that they were selling off some of the bourbon bottles that were labeled for Disney parks. You could buy one, but I don't even know. That was a long time ago. I heard that, but
just remember, if your bill's expensive, thank the Phoenicians because they helped invent that.
Yeah, I think it's a cool spot. Keeping in mind it's 21 plus it's an opportunity for adults who are looking for a more higher end experience to get into and go to. Definitely something you have to plan ahead for. I like to check it out once. Is it something I'm going to do every trip? Probably not.
Yeah, honestly, man, I gotta say, I think personally, I just want to go take some pictures in there, man. The artwork alone in there. I wish we had a couple extra shots of the interior, man. But I've seen like they did some walkthroughs with some of the live streamers and all that, and oh my lord, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I mean, just that artwork. I'd love to have that hung up in here. It's incredible looking.
And it's cool because they also have the geodesic like spear walls, like the sides of Spaceship Earth are the inside, so you can like touch the wall, like it's like touching Spaceship Earth. So,
I do wonder. If that is the actual outside that they just added on to, or if that was like a fake thing added in after. I am curious about that. From an architectural point.
Fun fact: my sister and my brother-in-law painted the geodescence. Is that what they say? But the pattern on their wall for their nursery came out really nice.
Dude, it's my favorite pattern. It's the only pattern that should exist.
A lot of people have done it. It's hard though. It's a lot of work.
It's almost like we have a Spaceship Earth of our own, man.
It's almost like we do.
We'll have to show that eventually.
We will. But if you don't have your own Spaceship Earth, you can take it home in another form. Nick, tell us about what we're talking about next.
Well, like a great and miraculous journey brings us a new popcorn bucket. And we call it EPCOT. Yes, we do. We call that one the Spaceship Earth popcorn bucket, guys. We said there was going to be a new popcorn bucket in this podcast we're going to talk about. That is it. It lights up. It looks phenomenal. And I kind of want it.
I know. I'm not a huge popcorn bucket collector, or in like, especially in this shape, I'm like not that crazy about it. But but the pattern on it looks awesome. I really like the lanyard with the monorail on it. I'm like, I don't even know what I would use that for, but I love it.
You know, I think I'm right there with you. You know, I think I do want this, and if I'm able to get one, you know, I will gladly do so. But you know, the shape of it's what's killing me. If it was the actual Spaceship Earth, hell, even if it had the legs to it, I'd be all about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am a sucker for anything that is Spaceship Earth. You know, eventually, guys, when we do our office tour, you guys will be able to go ahead and tell and see that it's kind of like the center point in my collection, I'd say, or at least part of a center point. And we'll even talk about, I even have all these posters that you see back here are actually all arranged in a certain way, and we'll get into why that is eventually here. But I'm starting to get things cleaned up. I promise. It's been a lot.
My favorite is the Play Pavilion one that doesn't actually exist.
Yes. Well, listen, you know, it was part of the collection, man. I had to have it.
I know.
All 38 of them. So
I just can't believe that literally came to literally nothing.
I mean, hey, it's, you know,
I mean, it's still there, it's still ready to get worked on. I mean, they definitely have done work on it. It just hasn't gone any further. But I'm not getting off on a tangent on it.
No, we'll talk about that eventually, and we'll talk about the collection I have here because it's expansive, and like I said, I have it set up in a very specific way here. But yeah, no, I'd love to go ahead and get this mainly just because it does represent Spaceship Earth. The shape's not my favorite, but you know, it lights up. So I mean, hey,
yeah,
it lights, and it does come with popcorn.
Oh,
it comes with popcorn this time, man.
Nick, I'm pretty sure all of them are supposed to come with popcorn.
No,
you just got gypped.
No,
I think you got gypped that time.
Listen, I was watching all ears, and they said this one comes with popcorn.
Okay.
The other one didn't. It made me sad.
All right. I mean, so the cool thing about this bucket, 6 colors, right?
6 colors, man.
Red, light blue, dark blue, purple, blue. I said blue again. It's like, I don't know if you called 6 different colors 3 shades of blue, but yeah, and green. And it has 2 blinking options, slow and color changing.
Fun fact, guys.
Blinking.
Fun fact: when we show you guys ours can do like a ridiculous amount of colors.
So. A lot of colors. I'm still need to figure out how I can figure out how to do an entire show on it.
Yeah,
mine's
set up pretty good right now, but yeah, we'll get into that in another episode, guys. Yeah, so popcorn buckets, man.
Yeah, in addition to popcorn buckets, Nick, I heard you have a new Lego set that you want to tell everyone about. We did tease it. We did actually talk about it on a previous episode, but Nick, you picked up the new Luxo Jr. set, didn't you?
This was part of the most fun I've ever had building a Lego set.
Really?
Aside from the Disney 100th one, this had more hidden Easter eggs that we're going to talk about now than any other set I've ever done. Incredible set. The guy that designed it did a phenomenal job. The guidebook here actually, you know, we won't go page by page, but it does actually talk about what what each like stack means. So like it'll talk about, you know, and here it'll bring up, you know, like this set right here actually represents this person, which is kind of cool. So to get into that, guys, we have it broken down. We'll throw a picture over here of what it looked like assembled. I had to take it apart for the sake of time here for the video. So that being said, so this is what would be the Pixar ball. Okay. So obviously we got a whole bunch of sides here. So we have our friends, Mike and Sully over here. So we get some blue and some green. Notice the height difference on them. Then we have Russell and Mr. Wilson right there from Up.
Wow, that one's really discreet.
Yeah.
But I see it.
Then we have on this side is, guess what that one is, Jer?
Is it? It's not Moana. I
Nope.
can't tell. Oh,
My camera stops like
I can't.
zooming
No,
in and
you tell me.
It's it's Ratatouille. So
I would have not. I
we
see it,
have
but I would have never gotten
Remy,
that.
yeah, Remy with the 1, and then Linguini over here on the other
Right.
side.
Because it's all going to be
Um,
Pixar movies. I should have.
All
never
Pixar,
even-
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And then
Come on, there's got to be one more for me to guess on.
What's that one?
Oh, that's Buzz and Woody all day.
That's Buzz and Woody. So then we get into the more elaborate ones. Okay.
Oh boy.
So then this is really hard to tell because you can't see inside, but we have what does that little thing look like in the center there?
Can't see it. It just looks black to me.
That is the big orb looking monster from the Incredibles.
Oh, okay.
And the Incredibles are all on top. We get the 4 of them. So we have mom and dad, and we get the 2 kids. But we did not forget Jack. Jack is on the other side. He's over here on the bottom.
Oh.
And then we also have Edna
over.
Actually, so Jack's here. Edna, Frozone, and Syndrome.
Syndrome.
So that
Incredibles is such a good movie. I love Incredibles.
Oh, it was an awesome movie.
I listen to the score for that movie all the time when I go for runs, and I'm
listen. I was doing the same thing the other day. I was doing a run, and I'm like, it was like cinematic, like movies all day long. Best stuff to run to. I don't care what anyone says. So then to keep going, guys. So that's where a lot of the most notable ones are, is in the Pixar ball. Now the Pixar ball, you can put all the sides on it, and you can have it be just the ball. Or you can do this cool thing like I did in the picture that I showed you guys here, where he can stand on top of it. He could do his iconic, little kind of pounce thing looking. And this is the base to the to Luxo. So in the base is some more hidden features on here. So we have, what would that one be, Jared? Do you know? These two go together. Put it that way.
It's blue and yellow, and I can't tell the other 2 colors.
So we got yellow, black, and blue. And then we got orange, white, black, and orange.
Oh, I don't got it.
We got Dory and Marlin.
Oh, Dory does have yellow on her. I was like, I think that's what that is. Okay.
So then we have some other hidden ones. So these little studs down here are other people too. So we have over here, we have Bug's Life. We got
fun.
Flick, and I can't remember the girl's name on that one. This is Coco, and this has got the 2 flowers there for him, and he's in the middle. Then we have Inside Out. We get Sadness and Joy, and then over here we have Cars. So we got Lightning McQueen, and Tow Mater without the toe. And then we have to top it all off because there is one hidden one that I'm gonna hang on. I want to kind of make this a little bit of a surprise here for you because it just is that cool. All right, what do you think is in the light bulb?
What is in the light bulb?
What do you think is in the light bulb?
Did we already do WALL-E? Did WALL-E not come up? Is that Pixar?
WALL-E didn't come up. WALL-E is Pixar, but no.
I don't know.
We have our very own Pizza Planet truck.
Pizza Planet truck. What a classic.
It honestly, man, this is such an iconic set. I don't think I've had more fun building a set like this. This was just so awesome. And they actually make a really cool light kit you can actually get for it to replace.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah,
and I think I'm going to have to. I mean, look, it even bounces.
I didn't even know it was springy.
Yeah,
that's
cool. A
cool.
little rubber band up top, but he just kind of springs. He moves.
I didn't need another Lego set, but I don't know how I don't get this one.
Dude, I was up till 1 o'clock doing it. It's 631 pieces.
Wow.
And honestly, I had so much fun doing it. And then on top of that, I didn't know that they have a Lego app now that apparently is like you download this and it actually like does animations as you're building it. I'm like,
that.
Like the pieces just like snap, 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 and like then you just see it like kind of go over and drop. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm over here like watching like Netflix and I have it on the other side of my iPad. I'm like, this is awesome.
Oh, like, I gotta try. So I have a set to build. I mean, it's not as new of a set. It came out like
every
last
Lego
year.
set. I think is actually on this now.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to try it when I do mine. I have an indoor Lego set that I have yet to do. Saving for a rainy day.
Yeah, no, it was an awesome set, and I mean, it like I said, it didn't take that long. I mean, I started at probably like 10 to about 3 hours.
All right.
And it was just a phenomenal set to go do. But yeah, guys, it came out June 2nd. It is. I had it on pre-order, so, or I should say, my wife did. It was an early Father's Day present for me. So, all his dads out there, happy Father's Day. And yeah, that was a little early thing from my daughter. She said I had to show it on the podcast. So I said, all right.
And Nick, I
I'll make
think
it
you
happen.
mentioned that you made something special for it.
I did. In the picture that you guys saw, I'll put it up here again. With that picture has a shelf underneath it that I custom 3D printed. So we'll throw that in the description below as well. We get a lot of STL files this week, or at least a couple, and we'll go ahead and drop that in there so that if you guys do want to, you can make one. I happen to have mine right in front of my Pixar 100, or Disney 100 Pixar ball.
Nice
print. I don't know what you call it. It's not really a print, but it's a nice little picture. So a great little addition to my office here. So very happy with that.
Oh, thanks for taking us through that awesome Lego build. I'll be. I need to do it. I need to get that set and do it myself.
I'm just gonna start doing this in front of every show now, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Jared, what do we have coming up next? I could do this all day.
Yeah, so we wanted to update you guys. We had a couple little updates from Disneyland. Back when they did the D23, they did also announce that they were doing a Coco and a Avatar portion.
Coco.
Some great Coco stuff coming. So a new Coco attraction is coming, and it's going to be themed to. It's going to be actually located near the Paradise Gardens Park, which is near Pixar Pier. So it's in California Adventure, and it's actually the nice part is it's not going to take the place of anything. It's going to be mostly built where stuff was backstage today.
Very nice.
And
so Disneyland getting in addition to it, essentially.
In addition to it, not a replacement, and it's starting.
Awesome. We love that.
Construction this fall.
Very nice.
Yeah,
that is awesome. We're gonna have a whole lot of Coco coming out, man. We got that. We have Coco, or going in the New Americas area over at Animal Kingdom that they're working on too. Like,
is it going
awesome.
there? I don't know if it's going there. Oh,
no,
okay.
it is. It is.
I thought that was Encanto going there.
Yeah, I am so sorry. Yes, you are 100%. I get the. Okay, I'll be honest, guys. I get the two confused quite a bit. I happen to like Encanto more. I respect Coco. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I can see how you could see that in this picture. But anyway, the other update was out of Disneyland was their Avatar portion. They announced the big. This is like a big addition to the park, and everyone's like, "Where are they going to put this?" If you don't know anything about Disneyland, it's smack dab in the middle of Anaheim, and they don't have a lot of land. So everyone's like, "Where are they going to put this?" They're actually going to put this. It's going to replace part. It's going to. So where Mike and Sully's rescue ride is, which is near the Hollywood area, that will be making way for this experience. And some of the back lot as well will be taken away for this attraction. So a lot of backstage areas are leaving.
So Jared, we don't have to get rid of Sleeping Beauty's castle, though?
Nope, that's staying, luckily.
Oh, thank God. Gosh.
I know. But it'll be excited, and we'll be I mean, I don't know what attractions are going to be here. Maybe something similar to Flight of Passage, which is one of our favorites here on the Men of Main Street podcast. I love the smell of Flight of Passage. I'm excited. I hope they put the smells in this area as well.
I'm gonna clarify something right now. I love you and all, Jared, but that's your favorite. What are your favorite rides?
I said it's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite ride, but one of them. It's a good ride.
It's not necessarily well loved across both the Men of Main Street.
Okay, all right. Nick's clarifying, but
I've had one too many bad experiences.
All right, fair enough. This project still is in the early stages of development, and additional details will be shared later. So we don't have any time frame on this one yet.
I do gotta say that is some awesome concept art, and it looks so totally different than Animal Kingdoms.
It's crazy because of how limited space they have, but they're gonna make it so immersive like this.
I mean, and Disney's just that great at force perspective too. Where I mean, it could look. I mean, I'd have no doubt that it would look exactly like this and literally take up, hardly any space at all. I mean, they're masters at doing that. So
Yeah.
I think that is really cool, and I'm curious to see what it has to bring because, like you said, that space that is like some prime real estate there. Every time anything goes there, I mean, it's has to be well thought out. So it's gonna be awesome to see, man.
So, Nick, in addition to all this, we do have one other fun thing coming to Disneyland. Why don't you tell us about it?
What's the other thing we have coming to Disneyland? Oh, hang on. Oh, the Fantastic Four meet and greet. How could I forget? I'm so sorry. It's been a long day, guys. So Fantastic Four meet and greet is going to be at Disneyland's Tomorrowland this summer. I don't know about you, man. I am really excited to see this movie.
Yeah.
It's got some awesome like 70s, kind of like vibes to it. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah,
It's
it
got
looks
some
like
like
a lot of
Jetsons
fun. Yes, it
kind of
does.
time frame. I like that.
I feel that. Very retro.
Very retro, and we love some good retro stuff here. And yeah, no, I mean it's going to be released on July 25th
With the movie, that is. Because that's when the day they do
Yes,
the movie
yeah.
is the day this comes out.
Exactly. We're going to have characters like Reed Richards is going to be Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm is the Thing. Do the roar. I'm just kidding. No, he's the Thing. Yeah, Herbie. I did not know his name was Herbie. Will be there in robot form.
Yeah.
Is that Herbie on the bottom right?
That is Herbie right there. So they have
He's-
a working.
Is he fully loaded?
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm looking at this. I'm like, are we sure it's not a Volkswagen Bug over there?
Yeah, you got a good point. But he's going to be there in full animatronic form, so that'll be cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they already showed some videos on that.
Disney's got their droid game, up pretty good, man. I'm excited to see what the future has to hold with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They prove it time and time again in all the Marvel areas over there. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't wait to see because they're still doing a whole bunch of construction right now on the Marvel rides over there, right?
Yeah, the new Avengers,
the Iron Man one or Avengers one.
Yeah, and on Avengers Campus, they're working on the new attraction. There's the Tony Stark simulator-ish ride. It's like a big robot arm. That ride, and then they're also doing the Avengers ride where you're going against King Thanos, and I forget the name of it, but
awesome.
We'll talk about that once that gets closer to opening.
Yes, absolutely.
But Nick, we have some massive news to talk about that we haven't touched yet on that dropped last week, and we had to push it aside for this week.
Yes, we do, man. We have. I couldn't believe they even did this. Look at that map.
They gave us a ton of details on Piston Peak coming to the Magic Kingdom, replacing the Rivers of America.
Dude, look at that broccoli hill up there.
I know. So this is I don't want to call it the concept art. I will call it the map that they gave out. And it's really interesting. It gives me, you still have all of Frontierland intact, still have Tiana, still have Big Thunder intact, but Rivers of America mostly gone. You still have the water feature here. Actually, it's funny, the station for the riverboat is still here, but we do know the riverboat is leaving. But look there's so much area in here, and I'm gonna read the way that they described it because I don't think I could do it any better than they did. They said, imagine an awe-inspiring wilderness filled with towering trees, snow-capped mountains, breathtaking waterfalls, roaring rivers, and impressive geysers. While fictional, Piston Peak is inspired by the Rocky Mountain area and the history and iconic sites of the American frontier and its national parks. I mean, yeah, it looks grand. There's two attractions that will be featured. There's a Cars Road Rally and another slower pace attraction that is unknown at this time. So my biggest thing with this is, what is this going to do with the sightlines? Disney's so thoughtful on how they do their sightlines. So you don't, with Liberty Square, I don't know how you just don't look right into this attraction. So they said that trees will provide natural barriers between Off-Road Rally and other parts of the Frontier and Liberty Square. And they said rugged mountains with dynamic peaks will be nestled along a calming waterway across from Grizzly Hall and soaring geysers from frame Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will stretch into the trails of our off-road rally. So I think this is going to be interesting because it'll be a combination of the attraction itself, and I think there's going to be a few walking trails that you're going to be able to do.
That'd be really cool. I mean, it does have that kind of national park kind of feature to it, and I think you're right though, man. I think the sight lines are going to be huge for this. I mean, I'm thinking about it right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like Haunted Mansion is going to have to be right where the park ranger
Right.
sitting,
So
right?
yeah.
Like,
So
how's all that going to work?
I mean, I'm just imagining you're going to be like sitting and waiting for the Haunted Mansion. All of a sudden, you're just going to hear, "Ka-chow!" You know,
I can see that.
It's just going to be like, "Ka-chow!" Like,
is that room actually stretching? Ka-chow!
Yeah. So I mean, that's my biggest thing. And you know what really interests me is the vegetation, all this natural. I mean, the rock work is going to be put in by Imagineers, and it's going to be natural. But they're going to have to put a ton of trees and stuff to make this look like a national park. Those aren't going to grow overnight. For a while, this is going to look a little barren, in my opinion. It's not going to fill in the way they really expect it to for a few years.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note, you can relocate, trees anywhere. I mean, you could do, decent sized ones, but you can't do them to the level that they're expecting here. I mean, you'd have to do, full on matured trees over into here. So I think we would definitely be, it would definitely be a little bit rough trying to get up to that point. I think it's going to be look like you said, look a little bit bare for a little while, and knowing them, they'll do something creative to kind of cover it up. They're pretty good about that. And their horticulture team, we've said it before, guys. Their horticulture team is literally, I swear, it's the best on the planet. I've never seen a place where you can go ahead and transform from dirt to the most vibrant flowers literally overnight. They do it time and time again. So I'm curious to see what we're going to be walking into here. But yeah, those sightlines, man, that has me really concerned. And that looks like that's going to be a whole on hub kind of right where the Ranger's sitting, because I mean, if you think about where the station is, Haunted Mansion is not. I mean, it's right kind of where that sign starts.
Where that sign is. Yeah, and and just to touch on him, his name is Ranger J. Audubon Woodlore, which is a play on Ranger J. Audubon Woodlore, who's from a 1954 Donald Duck short called Grin and Bear It. So it's a little play on a different character, just different
nice
Disney character. But I mean, the other thing I will note here is you can walk all the way around this pathway right at the edge on up top here. That's what's going to lead you into Villains Land.
Oh, okay. So that's where they're going to go put that.
Yes, we'll get there in a second. Actually, we'll talk about Villains Land first. So they did give a slight amount of insight into what Villains Land. All they said is 2 major attractions, dining and shopping. But 2 major attractions. I'm excited to see what those are.
I mean, they did that with Pandora and Animal Kingdom. I mean, that's
true.
It worked out fine.
These are some of the concept art for the rally cars. I
nice.
just thought they were cool to throw in there. This is more concept art. They dropped this back in D23, but I just thought I would show it. You can see like those trees are very tall. They're not going to bring in giant trees like that. That could be wrong. They could bring in full-size pine trees. It'd be pretty impressive. I mean, that looks pretty grand. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
So the technology that they're looking into for these cars, fully trackless cars doing off-roading, sounds incredible. I don't know how you do it. Without like just like safety concern, like how do you like it's crazy, but I'm really looking forward to see how they do it, and that's like the little finish line of the rally race.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, no, they are pretty much the leaders right now in trackless rides, and they do such a great job with it. I mean, it's I think the craziest part, the part that I enjoy the most, is the fact that they have different scenarios built in. So like, let's say one system goes down, the whole ride's not usually scrubbed. And that's become something they realized early on with like Rise of the Resistance, which is another trackless ride that, we can put things into a B mode of sense where, we'll cover up Kylo Ren, in the scene of whenever all the air is getting sucked out. So instead, we'll just turn you around and we'll have you face the window, and then we'll have a spaceship fly up at you. So there's all different things that that they've kind of thought about, which I feel it just helps bring the magic there. Helps keep the ride moving at all times.
Yeah, you're right. We have seen a lot of trackless rides already. The part that we haven't seen is a trackless ride on terrain and
Yeah.
water, which you're going to have with this, which I think is going
Mhm.
to be really cool. And I wonder how fast these cars are actually going to go.
That's what I was going to say. I'm curious to see how easily it's going to be done with how fast these cars are going to go. I mean, we don't know how fast they're supposed to be going, but we have to imagine that it's a race, so you're probably going to be going through that finish line pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. So, but with these attractions coming, we're going to see Tom Sawyer's Island and Liberty Bell close as soon as July 7th, Nick.
That's right around the corner, man.
It really is.
That's crazy.
And also, they did announce that the train. I feel like the train always gets pushed aside for these projects. It's gonna go into, but they're not getting rid of it this time. At least it's going into shuttle mode, so you're gonna be able to ride the train backwards. Nick, isn't that cool?
I didn't even think about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so you're gonna be able to still go on the train between Main Street and Fantasyland. That's what they're calling shuttle mode. But I'm excited to just be sitting on the train going backwards.
Do you want to go forwards or backwards today?
So I'm assuming you'll be going, if you're going from Fantasyland to Main Street, it'll be forward, and then if you're going the opposite direction, it's backwards. And I wonder what they're going to do for the commentary, because they have commentary going one way.
Yeah.
Are they going to just have a silent going backwards? Are they going to play it in reverse? I don't know.
Literally all the words, it just reverse like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But Nick, I'm really curious. I mean, I know Tom Sawyer's Island, as cool as it is, I think it serves its purpose. More of the two things that I'm sad to see go is the Liberty Bell. I have a special place in my heart for the Liberty Bell. I like boats in general, but a steamship is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice piece, and it is a real steamship. I just can't imagine they're just going to destroy it.
Yeah, it is an opening day attraction, I believe, too. We're pretty close to it. I believe, right? Yeah, it's iconic, and I mean, it's for a lot of reasons. I mean, and it is old. I mean, we learned just the other day that it was broken down for a day or two. It was out of commission because the boiler was acting up, and with that, it just goes to show that it is an older ship, and things are going with it. That's one that it's with a what call like a dredge system, I believe, is what they call it. Where that ship is controlled by the Rivers of America. Is not all dirt underneath. It is a big concrete basin underneath, and similar to the going on the Jungle Cruise, there's like a fin in the bottom that kind of glides along to kind of keep it going in place. It's not necessarily on a track. It's just kind of how it goes across.
Right. I did want to show, I actually do own a die-cast
Really?
model of the Liberty Bell.
That is a beautiful thing, man. That's awesome.
So at least I have this to remember it by. But
well, Jared, we got to get into it. You're starting to show things, man, and we got to talk about the print of the week. We're almost done here.
I know.
You got a minute and a half. No, I'm just kidding.
So, they just announced this Piston Peak. We wanted us to bring you the first piece of merchandise you can have from Piston Peak. Isn't that right, Nick?
Oh, Jeremie has worked tirelessly on this to the point where she's maybe do
really
about I think we're on revision number 5.
Yeah.
I think we finally got it, though, guys. This is the Piston Peak National Park entrance sign.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, and he did a great job with it. This is the logo right here. We get the Piston Peak sign. This, I do got to say, be prepared for this. This was something that did take us a little bit of time to go ahead and figure out. We had to make the lettering go above it to make it all work. It is very small lettering. And then something else that I did afterwards, which I think we're going to try to incorporate in some other prints going forward. We made this base for it that is slotted, so you can go ahead and print that out. We'll put that up on Maker's World as well. But the whole idea being that now we can go ahead and slot in any of the signs that we make, like this one, and it fits in there perfectly. So now we can go ahead and have a nice little stand for it. So now it'll be sitting on my desk and adding to the collection, man.
Adding to the collection. They'll be like, what's that for? Be like, oh, Piston Peak doesn't open for like another 3 years.
Yeah, be like, oh, you've never heard of Piston Peak? It's a national park. And be like, excuse me? Be like, oh, it's a national park to me. Okay.
But this sign actually will exist when the section opens. It's actually in the concept art. I'll bring it back up for a second. It's right down at the bottom, right there.
Dude, we have to make sure when that opens that we get a picture of the sign in front of the sign.
Yeah, we'll see how good I actually did.
We're gonna look at it and be like, wow, this is so similar. Be like, Disney, if you need something to model off of, here you go. You can have this one. But,
And I was wondering,
Jerry,
Nick,
go ahead.
I had one more question. I showed you my Liberty Bell diecast, but like, what would you like to see them do with that boat?
Yes, sorry, I saw a squirrel. I got excited, man. No, as far as the boat goes, man, I think as your shirt would say, it belongs in a museum. But no, I can't imagine what they're going to go do with it. That's such a monstrous ship. I don't know. I'm curious. What are your thoughts?
Hear me out.
Okay.
I'm thinking you put it at Disney Springs and you can take rides on it. Although there already is Paddlefish, which is kind of already a steamboat over there, and that's not a real one. But having the Liberty Bell, you know what? Because you know what, the Liberty Bell would fit right in with the theming for what you call it, Port Orleans. So it could take you all the way down to Port Orleans. That ship is definitely way too big to go through those rivers. I was just
thinking, I might have to redo the canal a little bit.
Yeah,
there.
might have to expand the canal and improve the steering on the Liberty Bell, but that would be really awesome.
How much to go ahead and retrofit this? $6.3 billion. Okay, well, it's totally worth it. How much is the boat? About $100,000. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and I think it would probably extend like the length of that ride over like by a ton.
Oh yeah,
you'd be sitting there for quite a while.
That boat is not fast. That is not meant to be fast. It never was. No. It's designed to get you from A to B in a nice leisurely half hour.
Yeah. Well,
no, but that's awesome.
Or turn into a restaurant, but I don't think it's big enough for that either.
Well, yeah.
Or you could put it at Fantasmic and use that one instead of the one they're using now.
Yeah, because that one doesn't ever break down.
No, but at Disneyland they use the actual riverboat for Fantasmic.
That's true. I forgot about that.
So now you could use the actual one for this Fantasmic. Granted, I do like the one they use currently because I think it shows like it's not too big, so it shows all the characters very well. Compared to the one at Disneyland, it's like it's so massive, and you're like, they got the Mark Twain over there, and you're like, where's so and so character? They're just kind of hidden in it because it's so huge.
Listen, all I know is at the end of the day, I want to see a picture of this thing on a truck or something. I would love to see like how this thing looks after all these years.
I think for a while it's just going to sit in the back canals in that canalway. I think it probably.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
for quite a while, it's probably going to sit there, and then we'll see what they do with it.
I can see that. Yeah, I know the exact area you're talking about.
Yeah,
parking lot for abandoned ships. Put it in Pirates. There you go.
Put it in Pirates. Yeah, just put in Jungle Cruise. It'll fit. Don't worry about it.
Sure, absolutely.
Especially in the cave portion, it'll fit like a glove.
Well, I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. All right, guys. Well, that's just about all the time we have this week, guys. We want to say thank you all again. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It's free to do. We greatly appreciate you guys coming back here. Dude, we are getting close to 100 and something views almost every week.
Wow.
We got an audience.
Yeah, and we hit 50 subscribers last week, right?
Woo woo! Yes, we did. We're up to 52 now.
Whoa!
We just got another one earlier. We had what's his name? Jason. Oh gosh, I'm gonna try it.
We'll just call him Jason.
We're gonna say Jason. It's Cazares or something like that. Either way, Jason, welcome to the channel. We appreciate you, man. And yeah, seriously, guys, we appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys coming back, and we hope to see you guys in the future. So that being said, take care, guys.
Thanks, guys.